Raccoon! Oh, that was really, really aggressive.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Wow. 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 It's like 1 for 1. It is exactly 1 for 1. They didn't change anything.
It's true. She's come back.
It looks identical from the first one.
The savior of Meridian has returned.
You earned this welcome. You saved them.
Not yet.
In the name of the Sun King of Vard, a royal welcome for the champion.
Make way.
Oh my goodness. Flashbacks, baby. Wait, who are you?
Barad, Aloy has an urgent matter to discuss.
Does she? That makes 2 of us. I've sent forth hunters for weeks. To Sunfall all the way to the Sacred Land, searching for you. Something happened at the Spire. Come. I'll show you. Watch your step. You saved us all, to be sure, but we're still cleaning up the mess. It happened right after the solstice. We were able to explain it away, thank the sun. Otherwise, it might have caused a panic.
They made a statue.
One night, for less than half a minute, it glowed an angry red. From Meridian, it looked like a trick of the light. But those who were closer, atop the light, said it could not have been a reflection. Much to my dismay, they said the light rose up from the tower's base. From that. We left everything just as it was.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. The Spire's supposed to send out signals, messages for the terraforming system.
But Hades tried to use it to wake up ancient war machines.
I was sure I got the connection to that thing. Wait here while I check it out.
Let us know what you find.
Never could pull this thing out of... What? Transmission.
Well, that's new.
No, he wouldn't. He couldn't. Something was transmitted from the top of the spire. I guess I have to find a way up there.
Wait, you want me to get... Huh? Hold down. Ah. Got it. So blue is... Okay.
There we go.
Ooh.
Now, how to cross over to the spire. Should be able to get up there now.
What?
I thought Silence was helping me when he gave me his lance. But it looks like he tricked me. It transmitted something through the spire. Did he save Hades? Why Why would he do that? Well, if I can figure out where he sent it, I can track him down. Hopefully the transmission node at the top will tell me. Looks like this panel's ajar.
Wow. This thing is so...
Elevator? Let's see.
Access lift activated.
Lucky day.
Engaging maintenance configuration.
The whole thing is opening up. Wonder what the Carja will make of this.
Oh, wow.
There's the note. Sword of the Far West. Bastard.
Well, Aloy, I see you finally figured it out. To be honest, I'm surprised it took you so long to discover my ruse.
You rigged the Lance to steal Hades. How could you be so reckless?
Reckless. You're the one who tried to purge Hades before its precious knowledge could be extracted. The mysterious signal that woke it, for example. Or why to obtain one of those Gaia backups you've been having such a hard time finding.
If you knew, why didn't you just tell me?
I've been having problems of my own these past 6 months, Aloy. The difference is, I've made progress. So once your anger at my entirely necessary deception has faded, why don't you come out here and find me in the Forbidden West and learn all that I've discovered?
Oh, I'll come find you, all right.
Yes. Well, the coordinates make it simple enough. Even for you.
What an asshole, man.
There's no other choice.
You went inside it, and it transformed, almost like the day of the battle.
I can only be grateful that it's a stormy day. Few will have seen the tower change from Meridian. What did you discover?
Hades. The danger didn't end here. It went into the Forbidden West. And I have to follow.
I see. That can be difficult. The West is called Forbidden for a reason. A tribe of ferocious warriors controls much of it, the Tenakth, and they allow no trespassers past its border. That said, under the Sun King of Ard, a fragile peace has been negotiated, and indeed, the next embassy will take place in a day or two on the edge of the frontier. Were you to attend the gathering under his auspices, the Tenakth might grant right of passage, instead of hunting you and attacking on sight.
Great, just what I need. More killers.
The Sun King.
Aloy,
Oh, baby.
it's good to see you. You left in such haste. We never had a chance to properly thank you.
Can we show the champion the spear now? Please?
Itamin, quiet.
It's true. We bear gifts. Decorum usually calls for a ceremony of offering at the palace, but I thought you would prefer a less formal occasion. Bring them, please.
Avad, this is all very kind, but Uthed, Vanasha.
Quick. Better hand them over before she runs off again.
Really?
Oh.
Must you?
Ooh, that looks fun. That looks fancy.
Try it on.
It's beautiful.
On behalf of all the citizens of the Sundom, may these tokens remind you of our eternal gratitude.
Perhaps you'd like to spend more time with your friends. Come speak to me when you're ready to depart.
So did we change the spear?
I need to
Hey.
attach the master override to my new spear. Should be a workbench around here I can use.
Oh, I was already up here.
There, a workbench.
Okay, so now we're gonna go probably see. Okay. Cool. Easy.
Okay, master override installed. Plus, something new. To store up and release energy. Resonator. Should help in a fight.
Interesting. Wow, that's real.
Thid, Vanasha. Thanks for being here.
Wouldn't miss it, even if you did leave us hanging after the big battle.
Vanasha, stop. She's here now, isn't she?
For the moment. But I see that look on her face. She's got business to attend to, and it isn't in Meridian.
You know, I didn't vanish before because I wanted to. I had...
No, Huntress. Please. You don't have to justify yourself to us. You saved our butts. If you've got to go, go. With our blessing.
Always.
It's been months since I was in Sunfall. What's become of the Shadow Carja?
After you wiped out the eclipse, there were hardly any priests or officers left to terrorize the little people.
Avad offered amnesty to all who were forced to serve the Shadow. So the commoners cleaned out the citadel and handed it back to him. The Sundom was unified.
Avad wanted Uther to take command of the garrison there, but Captain Cudley here refused. Rumor has it that he wanted to stay close to me here in Meridian.
That's nonsense, of course.
Well, I know. You're out. Go! Away with you.
Always an honor, champion.
Always a pleasure. But please, little Huntress, come back someday and tell us about your adventures. If I can't get in trouble, at least I can hear about yours.
Are you ready to go? Or do you need a little more time?
Time to go.
I better get going. And if I'm headed west, it sounds like I'll need rite of passage from the Tenakth, as you said. Where exactly is this embassy going to be held?
Past the Daunt, the canyon that marks the western border of the Sundom. You'll find the fortress of Barren Light at its farthest edge. The embassy will take place just beyond its gates. It's a long march, a fortnight on foot.
A couple of days hard riding should get us there.
Actually, it might be better to rest here tonight. Head out in the morning.
Of course. I'll arrange it.
How adorable. Oh, I see what's happening. Trying to leave him here, huh? I don't think that's gonna work. Man, she always wants to be a loner. Horizon Forbidden West, baby! Let's go!
Sparks to steel. Never seen anyone use one of those to get around.
Is that how I get to Barren Light?
Yes, I mean usually, but not today. Not yet.
And why is that?
Well, the Daunt. The whole valley. It's infested with machines.
I can handle machines.
Oh, I'm sure you can, but I'm under strict orders not to operate until the whistle down at Chainscrape sounds the all clear.
Look, I didn't come all this way just to stand around and wait. I'll crank that car down myself if I have to.
Well, but then who would crank it back up? Fine, fine. Though, should anyone ask, it might be best to say you forced me.
I see smoke, but not a lot of activity.
Smoke's probably coming from something the machines wrecked. As for the quiet, well, there's a work stoppage in effect because of all the fuss.
What sort of machines are causing the trouble?
Nasty ones, and lots of them. Bristlebacks, they're called. The strangeness is, they're not native to the Daunt. Just showed up, all of a sudden.
No hunters to kill them?
Oh, we've got hunters, just none that want to cross Ulvund. Boss of Chainscrape. He is self-appointed. Work stoppage was his idea.
Yeah, well, I'm just passing through.
What's that?
Got an embassy to attend.
You should have said. That ain't gonna happen no time soon.
What are you talking about?
Hear that? That's your answer.
Who is that?
Carja Sun Priest. Cranked him down yesterday, about an hour before the machine trouble started. He's a very important man, or so he says. That embassy at Barren Light, he's the one supposed to run it. Ah!
Oh boy.
Great.
If you don't do as I say immediately, the Sun King himself shall hear of your insolence. Thanks to you, I was forced to spend the night shivering in the tent. Exposed to attack, I might have died.
Oh.
Oh, me you refuse to transport, but not this... what? This Nora girl? This savage? Besides, scallywag.
Wadis. That's Aloy.
Studious Wadis.
Aloy, you know, savior of Meridian.
Really? Well, that lessens the insult, I suppose.
Oh my god.
I came here for the embassy at Barren Light. Way I hear it, so did you.
Well, not with the valley infested. And so did Ahriman proclaim the Sun Priests most precious and worthy of safekeeping. See? Scripture. I shall head to Barren Light when the captain of the Vanguard tells me the way is clear, and not a moment sooner.
Fine. Captain's a friend of mine, you know? Where is Erend? Wouldn't mind speaking to someone a little more action, a little less scroll.
Wadis.
Studious Wadis.
Studious Wadis sent Aaron and another vanguard out at daybreak to clear the way.
And so at daybreak...
Hey! Shh. Down the valley, then?
Yeah, said they checked the ruins on the left bank for tracks. Take it from there.
Okay. I hear there's a work stoppage. Any way to upgrade my gear?
I'll bet the smith and chain scrape would let you use his workbench. As for the bristlebacks, you might want to craft some acid arrows. Hitting their canisters with those will take them down quick.
Thanks. I'll find Erend and I'll bring him back. Hey! Where do you think you're going?
What, to the top of the ridge? To wait in safety?
Sorry. Operator's under strict orders. No passengers till the whistle blows, right?
That's right. Best start cranking.
Why? Why?
Jorf, would you kindly escort Studious to Chain Scrape and wait for me there?
You got it.
I will find Erend, and I will help clear a path. But after that, no more excuses. Barren Light. Embassy.
If such be the will of the sun.
It will be.
Wow.
Trust me.
All right, so we changed some settings around. Now we have the map marker stuff there. And it looks like I actually don't need to hold down the thing to scan everywhere. I just need to hit it once, which is fine by me. Okay. Oh, that's not fun. I don't know why I wasn't allowed to, Great.
That ice ought to make it brittle.
Oh, poor little ferrets. Okay, that's not that bad. All right, so you just gotta, you don't have to actually hold the scan button. You just have to tap it.
Stash this away for later.
It's a green shine.
Gemstone. It's green like blaze, but it's hard and shiny. Wonder if merchants would be interested.
You have found a piece of green shine, a rare and valuable resource hidden all over the world. Green shine can be used for upgrading certain weapons and outfittings for so there we go. We found what the main thing is going to be for stuff. There's a question mark up here. I'm already distracted. I have to go up here.
I think I can climb up this cliff. Wonder if there's anything interesting at the top.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool. So I like how there's like free form climbing now. That's pretty cool. Kind of. I heard that it's not everywhere, so this is kind of a testament to what we're looking at.
Okay, almost there.
Ooh, something blue. Excellent. I wonder if you have to upgrade your inventory, because that was such a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie. So one thing I really hated
Cook should know
was
what to do with this.
inventory limitations, and I had to wait until I like gathered other animals and stuff. So I'm hope like it's kind of infinite. I'm gonna be real. Just make it infinite, please.
Some kind of device. The metal reflects the sun. There's another watchtower on the other side of the valley. Looks like some kind of lens. Guess I'll keep it for later.
Holy crap! Just look at this game! Wow. Breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. Now, how do we get down?
I can almost see the entire...
That's how you get down. Raccoon! Oh, that was really, really aggressive. Holy crap. That was super aggressive.
Outlander approaching. Is that the savior? Want to come in, savior?
Welcome to Chainscrape, savior.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
Wow.
By the forge.
Petra?
Aloy, what are you doing here? About time there was something worth looking at in this dump.
It's nice to see you too.
And not a moment too soon. Come on. Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place.
Yeah, I heard. Machines, work stoppage.
Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chainscrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem. The bristlebacks are everybody's problem.
Roland?
You've heard of him.
Yeah.
But he's a story best told over a cold beer.
Petra. I'm just passing through. I'm headed west.
Oh.
There's an embassy at Barren Light I need to make happen, and then I keep moving.
Ah, of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flame Hair, good to see you. You've got to move on.
Petra.
But if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice.
Oof. Giving us the feels already. Friends over work.
Well, this Olvan guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
Brewery wins. Alrighty. What are you carrying, my boy?
No one's working anyway.
Wait, did he just put that down? Wait a minute, did you just interact with the environment? Wait, what is this?
Ah, finally.
With one hammer isn't gonna kill you.
That's really cool. I don't know why, but that just blew my mind away. Most games would have never had something like that. Okay. So, let's go to bow. That is not the bow. Oh, wait, that is the bow. Okay, so we got 3 different upgrade tiers. If we had to borrow sound shell. Okay. Okay, so it's tiered. It's definitely tiered. So you got to go from the first one. over. Okay. Acid hunted arrows. Okay. This is your stash. It can be found in every settlement as well as many other locations throughout the world. Whenever you gather items beyond your carrying capacity. Okay. That's cool. That is cool. Talk to you.
Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
I already did.
I ain't gonna stop you.
Oi, miss.
I like how we ask after we did it.
The land that should you sign the decree.
Oh, what do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of Hughes.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Oliphant Freeholder.
Oh,
at
jeez.
your service.
What a sweet talker.
What could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast.
You and the Carja work stoppage?
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Oseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Oseram laborers of this land who do all the backbreaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. Then just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble? Ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Oseram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
Can I? This is so good. Wow.
If Chainscrape is on Carja land, shouldn't
I'm
the
so
Carja be in
interested now.
charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Oseram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
Oh, yeah. It just keeps going.
You
Okay.
said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow.
I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Oseram.
Sounds like a load of
Where's the whistle?
bull.
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Oseram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
Tavern. Oh, tavern.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Wow.
The Tenakth drove the Red Raids out for half a year. Now that tells you something.
Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Ulvan's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is barren light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvan up.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvan blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvan's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Now, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
What is this concession decree that Ulvan wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvan will stop blaming the Carja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Hey, Mildef. Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Ulvan didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly.
But
my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Olvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile, if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
This is side quest? Why are these so good?
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back, but realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Okay. There was so much to do in here. That was a little too much.
Doing better than I am.
Hello?
What happened to you?
That damn mine is what happened to me. It won't be the last injury if Olvin keeps shoving those tongs into those tunnels.
What mine?
Northeast of Chainscrape, where the river ends. I told Corvin we should stop when the first cave-in happened, but Olvin probably threatened to cut off our pay. Or worse.
How about you slow down and take me through it? Who's Corvin?
He's their foreman, and a damn good one. The kind that knows how to deal with management when it gets unreasonable. But Olvin, his demands go beyond unreasonable. Corvin's been doing his best to appease him. He even blamed himself for my injury when it was Olvin who ordered the extra shifts.
Sounds like a good guy.
That's why we all put up with the long hours and lousy conditions. But if the whole mine becomes unstable, I'd rather suffer Olvin's wrath than die buried in rubble.
I could check in on your crew if I'm in the area.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Cool. Can we kill the pigs in here? Damn it.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah. I wanted to steal some piggies. All right. Jeez, that's really far. It's over there. Somewhere over here.
Okay, I think I have enough bitter leaf. It's a dead machine. It must be a bristleback. Maybe Erend took it down? Bristlebacks must have got these Oseram. I hope Erend and the other Vanguard are okay. Ground soaked with acid. Did the Bristlebacks do this?
Acid seems like a big thing. Oh yeah, now we can make... Ooh, I'm excited to test these out. These look a little bit different.
It's not gonna take much damage from fire.
What are you looking at? Look at him look at me. Okay, so my own stuff can hurt me because I just took a crap ton of damage. Ugh. That raccoon died.
The mine Arnav told me about. It looks like the miners are in trouble.
Quick save.
That looks like the foreman Arnav mentioned. I should check in with him.
You good?
I'm okay. Thank you, Corvind.
Corvind? Arnav sent me. I'm...
Not now.
Easy. What happened?
Explosion in the mine. Water flooded the whole place. Some of my guys are still... They're still down there. I can't stop.
You've done enough. I need to know exactly what happened.
We used controlled blast to open up new veins in the mountain. One of them must have gone wrong. I can't... I have to go.
How many are still down there? Corvand, how many?
Two. Two, I think. 2 more.
I'll do what I can.
I don't know, he reminds me of someone.
Gotta find those 2 miners, quick.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Oh, cool.
The miners. One of them doesn't look too good.
I think I'm starting to see things. Is that a Nora?
Nope.
Are you okay?
Who are you?
Corvin sent me. Are you hurt?
My leg. I was a little too close to the blast.
What happened?
We were blasting in the farthest tunnel, but the scaffolding didn't hold. It collapsed. I think it blocked the drainage shaft. Water started flooding the place as quick as I drink ale. I barely managed to drag us here.
So something's keeping the water inside the tunnels.
What are you thinking?
I've got an idea. Are there more explosives?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, should still be some up top, but you'll need these fuses.
Are you crazy?
You can't move, and I'm not leaving you here. It's not like she can make things worse.
Don't go anywhere. I need to find whatever's blocking that drainage shaft. Almost there. Made it. There's the debris blocking the shaft. If I can reach those explosives up on that track, maybe I can blast through the blockage.
Hello?
Get some distance first.
I think that was supposed to happen, but not like that. Oh, now I just lost whatever that blue thing was. Well, that's a shame. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm so dumb. Hey. Oh, and speaking of that. Oh, I see. So when we drain the water, okay. Dude, I'm getting Tomb Raider vibes right now. Like, seriously. I'll take this every day. Now we gotta figure out how we just... Oh.
Maybe I can...
You know, it could have just been simple, right?
It's about to get loud.
He threw a fuck. Oh. Jeez. All right. Okay. That hurts.
Maybe I can swim past unnoticed.
So that's what she's. Swim past without being noticed? Listen, if you don't know me, Aloy, I'm going to murder them. Why? Because I like loot. We're just gonna do it we're just gonna do it differently this time. Never mind. Uh-oh. I don't know what this is. How do I place it?
That's all of them.
Much better.
I'll find a way out of this room.
Okay, these guys, they're small and they freaking hurt.
I should follow those tracks. See if they lead to the explosives.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, look at all that stuff. Hey!
I can get it from my stash later.
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? How do we get up there? Oh, this way. Hey, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing? Well, we're playing Horizon Forbidden West. It's truly incredible. I don't know what I do with this thing. What is this? Can I scan this? Sheer fungus that can be struck related to cloud spore that obstruct visual detection. Oh, interesting. Stop for the night. Nice, nice. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I got a little bit more for me for tonight. I got 2 more hours. And then tomorrow we'll be streaming all day. I got videos I gotta edit. This game is truly amazing so far.
There's the explosives up on the track. Just need to get across somehow.
Ooh, there we go. So what do we do with this now, huh?
I don't think it'll connect.
No! I dropped the loot. That's gonna go. That's gonna go boom. Oh, hey, my loot.
Guess that got its attention.
Oh, hi.
I'm not giving up.
Oh, jeez. Good God, why is this guy so tanky? Oh, great. Jeez. Holy shit.
Now let's go check on those miners.
Wow, the game just puts you right in there. Why? These things are hard. Holy crap.
On me. I can send it to my stash.
She's so dead.
We don't know that.
What's up, boys?
You did it. I thought you blew yourself up.
Are you two okay from here?
I can get this idiot down. Don't you worry. Thanks, kid.
Cool. That was pretty cool. I rescued everyone. You're welcome.
I found the two you mentioned. They're safe, but could probably use a hand. Is that everyone?
It is. I dread to think what would have happened if you hadn't shown up.
I knew we were blasting too much, but the man who staked the claim here, Ulvund, he kept pushing and pushing me. I tried to shield my crew from his constant demands every damn day. I should have been stronger.
You were there for your crew when they needed you. That counts for something.
Ulvund can threaten me all he wants. I am not letting my people back into those mines.
Will you be all right?
Yes. I can take it from here. You are owed, Huntress.
Does this guy look
Ulvund's
like
name
someone?
keeps coming up, and it's never good. Sooner or later,
Thank you, Huntress.
someone's gonna have to deal with him.
I'll see the last two make it out.
That guy looks.
I can.
What's that guy
refill my
name?
Patch with these later.
Ah, there you are. I happen to receive another visit from Ulvund himself. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
Dude, look how detailed this is. Wow.
Wow. Mildef, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks. And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
That's pretty cool. Testing for science. Okay, science test concluded. You can indeed hurt your own. Okay, that makes sense. Good thing I didn't actually get hit before.
There's tracks headed up the hill. The errands? My focus can help me follow them. Cauldrons could teach me how to override these machines. Let's see where this leads.
I'm just gonna ignore that one down there.
Sounds like someone's putting up a fight.
Oh. There he is.
Another one down!
Now this is what I was forged for. No ledgers to fill. No boring mid-afternoon patrols. Just a hammer. Just the fight. Aloy?
Erend!
He needs a focus. These things
Stay where
are.
you are. I'll handle the rest.
Could you?
I took you down.
That was old, bird.
Those bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows.
And turn him to scrap. That thing's fizzing away.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Like hammered in that.
Excuse me?
Still
What?
in this fight.
What did he just do? He just like.
Oh, that one hurt.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like how you gotta change your weapons around a lot. I like that they, cause like before it didn't, like you did, but you didn't really have to. This time it really feels like you got to. It feels good. It just feels good. Man, it feels good. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on. A coil is available in your inventory. Unlock coil slots on your weapon by upgrading. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what those are. I thought it was something new.
Get this from my stash when I need it.
Ooh, there's a green thing over there. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I'll be there 1 second. There's just so much loot. I have to get it all. If I don't, I will be annoyed. Shiny. Yes, take. I can't have came up here and that would have been cool. All right, let's talk to him.
Caught me at my best, as usual.
Well, you did the hard part. I just took care of the stragglers. How bad is it?
Who needs ribs, huh? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Huh. Okay, well, I know you didn't come all the way to the Daunt just to watch me get wrecked. So what's the story?
I need the embassy to happen, so I can head west. Erend, what I did at the Spire, what we did, it didn't end the threat. It just slowed it down. There's still more to do.
Really? Well, that's great. I mean, yeah, not the threat's not over part. That's not so great. But hey, whatever you're up against, your spear, my hammer, just like old times. Oh.
Erend, I need the embassy now. I can't wait for you to heal.
Couple of days rest, if that.
Actually, even if you weren't hurt, what I have to do, it's better if I do it alone.
That's gonna get her killed, man.
That figures.
Erend! I hate to interrupt the romance, but I'm pretty banged up here.
Don't blow your blaze, I'm coming. Oh, this just keeps getting better. Huh. listen. I'll go to Barren Light, get patched up. If you want this embassy to happen, we're gonna need this sun priest, Studius Wadis.
Oh, I know him. I'll clear the Valley of Bristlebacks, then send Wadis to Barren Light. I'll catch up with you there.
Well, I guess that's sort of like a goodbye.
I'm sorry?
You? Sorry? Ugh. Yeah, that'd be a first.
Where is this coming from?
Hey, just, you know, forget it, yeah. Oh, it's nothing.
It sounds like something.
All right, fine. Now, after the Battle at the Spire, when you took off, you left without so much as a handshake. I mean, people like me, we fought and bled at your side, Aloy. You just disappear? What kind of person does that?
Oh, flashpoints of offer moments of emotional choice. How Aloy expresses her personality. Up to you. Okay, so in the first one, this didn't really. This wasn't really like it didn't do too much in the story, but I wonder if this actually is better. So choose Fizz and allow Aloy to confront the challenge directly. Choose Brain and Aloy will use her insight to find clever less of his approach. Choose Love and Aloy express compassion or give voice to hear deepest okay. Okay. Someone who doesn't have time for this. Someone who had a good reason. Someone who had no other choice. Honestly, it's between someone who had a good reason and someone who had no other choice. I'm gonna go with. I feel like this would be the right one. What would I choose? I'd do this one.
Aaron, look. I'm sorry it wasn't easy for you when I left. And I know it's not easy now, but what I've been doing... Life on Earth is in danger, and only I can save it.
Your life on Earth?
Yeah. Everything dies unless I succeed.
Well, then let me help. Oh.
You can't. There's no machine to fight, no bad guy to kill. What I've got to do, I can't even explain it. Not even to people I care about.
Oh, so much for being useful. Okay.
Erend! By the forge.
I guess that's my cue.
Maybe I should go with you to Barren Light.
No, hey, you're needed elsewhere. Obviously. We'll make it without you.
I do have to agree. Okay. I agree one thing. Aloy's.
That doesn't sound good.
You'll have to handle that one on your own. We'll only slow you
down. What was I gonna say? Aloy's taking this really like self-centered right now, which I can see why, right? She doesn't want anyone else getting hurt anymore, right? But man, she's being such a jerk. Like seriously.
What are those Oseram doing out here?
Quick! Gotta scrap him before the scroungers get him.
Bristleback's charging right at them.
Ha-ha! Another one for the scrap pile. Your help was timely, Nora.
Just get back to Chainscrape before you get yourselves killed.
Not with all this salvage lying about. Come on, crew. Back to it.
There's just dead people everywhere. Holy sh...
There's the quarry Thurles mentioned. And it's full of bristlebacks.
That is a lot.
One less machine.
These things are wild. Look at him go. Oh, this is bad.
Another one down.
Are you
Incoming.
kidding me? Why is there so many?
Going down. One less machine.
That's it. Smash him to scrap.
Another one down.
These things are crazy. Come on. Oh, thank God that tree branch was there. Oh, we're out.
There. Quarry's safe.
Stranger,
my-
come on over here.
These things are nuts.
I don't know what Honora's doing out here, but consider yourself owed. We tried to hold off and wait for the Vanguard, but one of them bristlebacks charged us. Next thing you know was a full-fledged fracas.
Is everyone okay?
We lost some good people, but we would have lost the whole quarry without you.
Well, at least it's quiet now.
Your ears ought to be ringing with a quarry at work, but Chainscrape's whistle ain't blowing, so we're stuck picking up the pieces.
I need to get going. Stay safe.
Thanks to you, that might actually be possible today.
There's another one behind you. There's another one behind you right now. Where is that?
I think I've cleared out most of the bristlebacks. Chainscrape can get back to work now. I'll go give Ulvund the good news. Voorhees too. Then maybe this embassy can finally happen.
All right, Mr. Lazy Bum, it's time.
Still here, I see.
I cleared out all the bristlebacks.
Oh, you did?
Now that you've recovered from your shock, time to blow the whistle.
Oh, there, not so fast. I'll have to send someone out to confirm the kills. Make sure the valley is safe again. Shouldn't take more than a day or two.
No. You blow the whistle now.
These are innocent Oseram lives we're talking about here. Surely the delay...
Either you do it now, or I will.
Ah, I knew you could do it! Friends, gather around. The savior of Meridian has done
Now
it again.
what?
The bristlebacks are defeated. You.
What?
Sound the whistle. Chainscrape is open for business.
Terrific. Yay.
And Ulvund has agreed to personally pay every worker their lost wages.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Yeah. Woo.
Ha-ha.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah!
Don't you have an embassy to get to?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Merchants are now available. You can purchase new equipment, restock your resources, and sell them. There are many types of merchants. Ooh.
When the chain scrape's back to work, merchants should be open to trade.
Savior, what news do you bring?
Picked up the bristleback trail by the quarry. Looks like they stampeded out of a mine at the back of the valley.
The mine? How could a herd of bristlebacks come from there?
I'm not sure, but Ulvin's workers were using explosives to tap the tunnels inside.
For the love of Dawn, I told him it wasn't worth the risk. Those tunnels, they run for miles underground, even beyond the Daunt. No, you don't think...
That Ulvin's blasting opened up a passage from the other side?
Perhaps. Yes, perhaps. If this is true, we need confirmation. An inquiry. So thorough, so irrefutable, endorsed by the Savior.
All right, I'll keep looking. I need to go.
Of course.
If I'm gonna find out where the bristlebacks came from, I need to head further.
Back for that free meal? Go on, peruse my menu.
So food's really important in this game. So let's see. So logo stew, 20% health increase for 3 minutes, restores 20%. Okay. Well, hello there.
The way to Barren Light is clear. Get moving.
You're not errant vanguardsman. I will move only when the captain
When
says...
I've cleared out all the bristlebacks, which I have. Captain's orders.
So they're okay?
Banged up, but breathing. And waiting up ahead for you.
But I was supposed to have 3 escorts.
I'm off to Barren Light, buddies. Like Aloy said, Captain's orders. You can stay here.
Abandoned to the riffraff? I think not.
Guess you're coming with me then. See you there, Aloy.
Oh, poor dude. I like how sassy she is, but also how other people are
Now
too.
that that's done, the embassy can finally get underway. If I can get through it, I'll be able to track down Silence, Hades, maybe even a Gaia backup. Guess I could head straight for Barren Light. Or poke around the Daunt some more first.
More quests unlocked. Oh goody. Oh goody, more quest.